Hey everyone, and welcome back. So first off, I would like to start by thanking everyone who has been liking, subscribing, and sharing all of my content. You guys rule, and you've been helping me get my content out there for others to see, and you've been sharing it, so I appreciate it. I had someone message me on Twitter recently with the Twitter handle of Dutch Offspring. He asked me to cover common scams that we see in the space, and he thought it would be a good Crypto 101 video. I asked for his help in coming up with identifying the newest scams out there right now, because outside of those stupid ETH giveaways, I really haven't seen much else because I'm so focused on doing this kind of stuff. He sent me a bunch of info, which I was very grateful for because people normally don't contribute information to a video they want me to do. They usually just bombard me with requests and then expect me to do it. So I was super pleased that he helped me do some of the groundwork. And because of that, this week's video is going to be about crypto scams, the ones that are current right now, and how to avoid them for newcomers in the space. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. All investments have inherent risk. Please do your own research. While I'm going to mention some scams, I'm sure that there's going to be some other ones out there that I have not mentioned. So please, for the love of all that is holy, use your best judgment. Don't send anyone any of your crypto. And if something seems too good to be true, it definitely more than likely is. Lastly, if you like my t-shirt, and you want to buy one, you can get one at my merch store. I've got a bunch of other ones up there as well. I will leave the link for my website down in the description below. All right, so up first is what the Dutch Offspring refer to as the good guy. So basically, this is a scam in which someone who's been in the crypto space for a while takes advantage of someone who is new and especially freaking out over a decrease in price or a dip in the market. You may see the crypto good guy offer to reimburse you at a price that you bought in at. The key is that the person will ask you to send them whatever coin or token it is that you're holding at a loss, and they'll send you back the cost of that in ETH or in Bitcoin. And obviously, or maybe not so obviously, the good guy is never going to send you back or reimburse you with those funds. This one in particular is really upsetting because they're playing off people's emotions based on FUD. And we all know how the market works. It seems as though the second that you sell, it always feels like the price shoots right back up afterwards. So I feel like in this situation, it's definitely a double whammy. The next one would be the family wallet or the pool wallet. You may see this scam mostly in chat rooms where people are trading or holding a lot of the same coins. The individual will tell the chat rooms that they've been day trading and they've been making huge gains with their family wallet, and they'll likely state how he and his friends have pooled their funds and it's made trading more worthwhile for them, and how they're looking into getting more people to take part in this kind of pool trading. They'll say that the only thing that you need to do is send your coin to their family wallet, and this person will do all the trading for you and then just return all the gains to you. Again, this is obviously not the case. You have, again, use your best judgment. Why would someone take your coin and trade it for you and give you back the profit? What's in it for them? Unfortunately, in a lot of these spaces and a lot of these things, people are usually just looking for a quick buck or looking for a way to make the most amount of profit. So you have to remember, if there's not an incentive or there's not a solid reason that someone would be helping you, if they're not benefiting from it, you're probably somehow going to be the thing they benefit off of. Next up is the ETH or the Bitcoin giveaway. This one is by far my least favorite, at least because it's definitely the one that I experience the most and it drives me nuts. Also included under this umbrella would be imposter accounts posing as prominent people or as cryptocurrency teams. If you have a Twitter or you use Twitter at all in the crypto space, you've probably recognized, just like everybody else, that we've seen an enormous surge in people, more than often bots, but impersonating Twitter accounts that have a very large number of followers. This fake account will often tweet as a response to something like myself or somebody else has tweeted and proclaim that they're giving away a huge giveaway to promote this or that or whatever it might be. The key is all you have to do is send a small amount of Ether Bitcoin, and they promise they will send it back, sometimes 5-10 times as much as whatever you originally sent. Some bots have even gone as far as to have more bots commenting under the original post, validating the scam and saying, oh, I can't believe I got all this back, this really works, so on and so forth. But of course, you're never going to get anything back. The best way to check if the account is legitimate is to look at the actual handle. The name with the @ in front of it, not just the display name. Anybody can make a Twitter display name anything they want, but if you use the actual handle that has the @ symbol in front of it, you'll be able to tell that it's definitely not going to be the official account. If any of you follow me on Twitter, obviously you've seen that my account has fallen victim to this probably over 100 times now. I often tweet about telling people to please ignore it, not to engage in it, not to send them Ether, whatever, and I always state that it's not me, that I'm not doing a giveaway, and then I will report them, the tweet, individually, all of them, and the account to Twitter. Unfortunately, Twitter doesn't really do much. What it does is it sends you an email asking you to prove that they're impersonating your account. But there's nothing against making parody accounts, and technically, if they don't prove that they've taken anything from anybody, I don't think Twitter can really get rid of them. And they ask you for your ID and all kinds of other forms of identification, which I think is a little messed up, considering they won't give us, smaller accounts the check mark to validate who we are, but they have no problem asking us for our identification to make sure that we are who we say we are, which honestly is just kind of absurd. Not that I think that the blue check mark would get rid of this entirely, but I definitely think it would help just a little bit. And considering Twitter was swarmed with them, I would hope that they would have come up with a good way to fix it. All right, so I got a little off topic. Let me just finish my final thought. So as far as the Twitter handles go, you just want to make sure that it is the official Twitter handle. For me, they made variations that were like Crypto Candlor and Crypto Cardor and whatever that looks at first glance like it might say Crypto Candor, but it doesn't if you pay attention. So please, everyone, be aware and do not fall victim to that. All right, so team or ICO imposters. This leads me to imposter accounts posing as team members. If you've joined a Telegram or Discord server lately, you've noticed more than likely that there's a pinned message at the top stating something along the lines of, do not send Ethereum to fake admins. There's no pre-sale or private sale outside of the posted information. No one from the team will individually message you asking for donations or for private sales or whatever it might be. You've probably also seen that the team will list their Ethereum contract address publicly. Scammers will often impersonate people or the teams or, impersonate the ICO and reach out to members in that chat room via direct message, offering them some kind of special sale or special deal, asking them for an extra donation. It's very easy to create a fake profile and just steal someone's profile picture. So assume that if someone is asking you for crypto, they're probably trying to take it from you in a dishonest manner. Also, always be sure to get the ICO contribution addresses from the source, meaning the team more specifically. Next is the airdrop. Airdrops are commonly used as marketing tools in the crypto space. I'm sure you've seen them or heard of them. To enter an airdrop, you usually have to register with your name, your email address, and usually your ERC20 address or whatever address is associated with that cryptocurrency. You'll then probably receive an email which is going to ask you to complete the registration entirely. You're forwarded to a site in which you will again have to enter your details, name, email address, ERC20 address or whatever it might be, and it leads you to another site. Usually this will end up leading you to a fake MyEther wallet address, which will ask you to enter some stuff with the goal of ultimately just getting your private key out of you. The Waves wallet scam. So I actually had never heard of this one until he had sent me this write-up. So this is a good addition for people who use the Waves platform. Apparently the Waves platform is currently doing or was doing airdrops, and you only had to download their wallet and deposit a minimum of 10 Waves to participate. And each day you would get rewarded with Waves community tokens and liquid tokens. But then I guess the next day you would log into the wallet and discover all these strange new coins that were listed as incoming transactions that you had never expected to receive. And since some of them look like addresses for websites, people are often tempted to look them up, which would make sense. You don't know what it is, you want to Google it. If you do happen to look them up, you'll often find that you're led to a site that looks a lot like a login for the Waves wallet, but it's not actually the Waves wallet. But it is asking you for your wallet seed. So do not, I repeat, do not ever enter your wallet seed into anything, pretty much ever. If something gets your wallet seed, they have entire control of your wallet, which means they have entire control of all the cryptocurrency in that wallet. They can send, receive, they can empty it, they can do whatever they want. The wallet seed is completely your last line of defense as far as keeping yourself safe from people accessing your crypto. Next would be the ICO scam, also known as what you've probably heard of it as is the exit scam. This is far more elaborate and requires a lot of preparation. Groups of people or individuals will start a website, sometimes a token on a blockchain, which you will receive once you participate or once you send them funds. You'll get it back as like an airdrop or something like that. They promise that the coin will be listed on an exchange where you will be able to trade and sell it off eventually. Sometimes they even have a white paper and a group of developers that really drive their point home. You might see marketing or advertising or hype on Reddit or Twitter, people really talking about this project. And it can be really hard to differentiate between what could be a good project and what might be a scam. So much so that the SEC actually made a mock ICO website called HowieCoin. It's to show people what major red flags to look for to ensure that investors can identify fraudulent initial coin offerings. The site touts a too good to be true investment opportunity, and users who actually try to invest in the token or press buy tokens or participate or whatever are then redirected to a regulator's education tool site, which is aimed at pointing people towards the signs of fraudulent token sales. I will say that I looked at the website and it's pretty convincing. It really just looks like any other quickly thrown together ICO website with all of these promises and all these things going on. But it definitely is a good learning tool to give people an idea of what to look for. And again, if you try to participate, you can't, so don't worry about that. On to the next one, the exchange support scam. Here, someone will contact you either through Twitter or through email or Telegram or whatever and say that there were some irregularities in your account, and to keep your funds safe, they have to check your account balance or they need to validate your account. And in order to do so, they need your private key or your password. Also falling under the same category here would be phishing schemes. Never trust a link from an email or a link that someone sends you directing to a website that may look familiar. You want to be sure that the URL of the website is exactly what it's supposed to be. Someone from my Discord server, PS, that reminds me, if you haven't joined my Discord server, link is down in the description. Come hang out and, whatever, talk to us. But someone in Discord mentioned this one to me, which I'd never heard of. Well, I'd heard of before, but I didn't know what the actual name of it was. It's called Punny Code, and I might actually be saying this wrong. But there was an article that talks about how scammers are targeting crypto newcomers by advertising fake links for Binance and on Google. Once a user has wound up on one of these knockoff pages, all clickable links have actually been programmed to forward people to the actual Binance website, but through an affiliate URL. While it appears that the fake pages aren't actually seeking to steal your credentials, it's still in your best interest to not end up on one of those. Unlike the official page, the illegitimate Binance copycats use a technique known as Punny Code, which allows them to use Unicode, which basically tricks the URL into looking like it says Binance.com, but it doesn't. For those of you who don't know what Unicode is, I actually had to Google it because I didn't know how to explain it. It is the international encoding standard for use with different languages and scripts, by which a letter, a digit, or a symbol is assigned a unique numeric value that applies across different platforms and different programs. So basically, the people can make the URL look like it says Binance or Google or whatever by utilizing other characters such as things like maybe Greek lettering. You see how that could be very quickly confusing to newcomers and honestly some less technical crypto traders in general. One way to spot fake pages is by checking the certificates in the upper left corner of your browser. It's worth noting that some of the more advanced techniques are known to make it damn near impossible to tell the fake ones apart from the real ones. So take this tip with a grain of salt. This one you had to have heard of unless you've been living under a rock, which is the pump and dump scheme. Basically a group of people, preferably social influencers with a lot of followers or people on social media, get together and conspire to pump a coin in which they have been accumulating carefully or something that has a very small market cap so it's easily manipulated. Once they have a substantial amount of this coin, they shill the coin on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, Reddit, wherever they can post links. They tell their followers and others how this coin will moon and how anybody invests is going to make huge gains. Now, people who may be impulsive will FOMO into the price and it will continue to increase immensely. And once the price has pumped and they are satisfied with the increase, they sell. And everybody who is invested loses, especially people who have invested at the end. There was an image I saw on one of Doug Polk's YouTube videos. I'm going to try to find it. Hopefully I put it wherever this ends up being, which shows basically the anatomy of a pump and dump group and how there's different rings of people who are making money and shows where the money is, where the money is going to stop, and who's pretty much going to lose out on it. They do target prices, they do all kinds of stuff to make you feel more secure in the fact that you're kind of part of this group, but really and truly it's only the very few main people that started it that are going to benefit from it. That is the end of my Crypto 101 on scams to avoid for newcomers. Again, this list may not have been perfect and it may not have included everything that is out there right now, but these are the major ones that I've seen and also ones that people have submitted to me. For the record, if there is a topic like this that you want me to cover, there's a much better chance that I'll be able to cover it sooner if you are able to contribute and help me out and do some research, send me some sources or just some links about stuff so I know where to start. It can be hard, hitting the ground running, but trying to do this all myself. As usual, I want to thank everybody for watching. I have a lot of stuff coming up in the next 2 weeks or so keep a lookout on my channel. And in the meantime, I will see you guys soon.